What is up? It is Elias from Worship Bass Room. Today we're going to be talking about, do I need an amp for worship bass? Alright, so this video is basically going to walk us through scenarios where you might need an amp, scenarios where you could get away without an amp, and other alternatives to an amp. And of course, it wouldn't be a Worship Bass Room video if we didn't do any playing or groove, so I'm going to show you how to do a groove in this video too. Before the groove, let's kind of talk about what an amp is and what it does and its uses. So this thing right here, if I play it without an amp, you're gonna get very minimal noise. An electric guitar is similar. Electric guitar is a little different because the strings aren't as thick, so because of the thickness of the strings and how low the notes are makes it even worse. So you're gonna need some sort of speaker to be able to hear yourself. So that's what this guy does right here. Now the amp that I have, you can see a little bit of it in the shot. Basically it's a speaker cabinet and it's the actual amp head. And this one's a digital one, or well, it doesn't have tubes. So back in the day, the amps would have tubes, which basically would be the way the sound was produced. It would rattle through these little glass things called tubes that literally look just like a tube. And that produced the noise. It sends the sound through that into some sort of speaker. A lot of the times though, these two devices are just put together into one, but some people still like to have the flexibility of a different speaker and a different head. So these electronics in here basically pick up the frequencies produced when you play and just send it through there into the speakers. That's how you're able to hear yourself. Now, is something like this though necessary for a worship setting? I would say no. I can't tell you the last time I've played a gig, especially worship, where I needed an amp. It just doesn't happen anymore. So most of the time nowadays, the protocol is to have the stage as quiet as possible. So what that means is basically the drummer is going to normally be in some sort of cage, no guitar amps, and if there are, they're going to be backstage, and same thing with bass. So what these companies have done is almost developed, and let me show you what it is, an amp in a box sort of simulator called the DI. That's what this guy is right here, which basically takes your signal, sends it through, processes it just like this amp head, but instead of sending it to a speaker, it sends it out to the PA system, which becomes the speaker. So that way there's no stage volume. And this is what I'm using on a weekly basis. And this thing has served me wonders. It's great. The sound guys love it too. But the problem with these is if you're wanting to practice at home, not everybody just has a PA laying around their house to plug into. So some of these, and this one has headphones, which can work, but then it's hard, like if you're wanting to practice with another song and your headphones, it just becomes complex. So that's when this comes back into play. And then the other thing, if you're wanting to get together and jam with some friends, just maybe an acoustic guitar player and someone with a cajon or even a full kit, but you guys obviously probably won't have a PA, you can't use something like that either. And obviously you can't do it acoustically. So yeah, you need an amp for scenarios like that. So to answer the question, yes and no. Don't hate me in the comments for not giving a direct answer. I will say though, if you're only going to be playing on Sundays and that's your main goal, and you don't care about jamming at home and all that, then you probably don't need an amp. You just go with a DI pedal. But if that is important to you, I would go for one of these, but still have a DI pedal. So when in doubt, have a direct box pedal, and there's one linked in the description for you guys that I enjoy and that I've found to work great. But and you don't need one as excessive as I have. I kind of splurged one time. I probably don't need one this big, but it's nice to have. So yeah, they make smaller ones for pretty cheap. So that's it for this side of the video, and now for the groove. All right, now for what you've been waiting for, we got the groove. I'm feeling a bit spicy today, so we're gonna slap this groove. And this isn't the tutorial for slap, but basically if you don't know how to do it, you use this part of your thumb, and then finger to pop. All right, here we go. That's the basic groove. It's not much. I just was jamming around with this one to show you guys as a little bonus. Basically, we're just doing octaves with that pickup note. So that's E to B. So we're doing D sharp to an E, and then. Slide from the B to the C sharp, and then the same pattern. And then just some pentatonic stuff. And yeah, that's basically it. So I hope this was fun. I hope this was informative, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Also, I'm sorry it's been so long since I posted. Super busy. Let me know if you guys are wanting anything in specific, any songs. I know Elevation has a new album, or anything else. I'd be more than happy to help you out. So that's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.